nails it. The Royal Farms game of the week. Back at St. Pauls, but a new opponent for the Crusaders as Loyola makes the trip northward for the Loyola St. Pauls game. I'm Booker Corrigan, joined by Ty Zanders. Ty, let's talk about the magnitude of today's matchup.
Yeah, I think you're battling for first place here. I know St. Pauls would love to beat Loyola in their home field. And the last time the Dons came here in 2013, they lost by 10 goals, 19-9, and turned out to win the championship that year. If you remember that year, they had a lot of sophomores, now seniors, kids like Alex Rosner and Ryan Conrad. It should be fun to see these teams play.
And as you get into that roster, let's talk about the visiting Loyola Dons.
As I mentioned, Rosner and Conrad definitely the scorers. I know Rosner had 9 goals last week against Mount St. Joe. They're the two big guns. Also, kids like Jack Lombardo and Brendan Doyle make up a great first line, along with Conrad, the nation's top-ranked senior in the country.
And for the home St. Pauls Crusaders, who do you love on that roster?
Well, I think I mentioned the same guys every time.
Yep.
AJ Barretto, Alex McGovern, Carter Flagg, the program's leading point getter. I think key with them will be how their defense can make stops against this offense. They don't have the type of talent they've had in the past on the defensive end. That number one guy that can just shut down a top attack or a top midi.
It'll be interesting to see how it shapes up. The first quarter is brought to you every time by your friends at the Baltimore Crabs Lacrosse Club. The Baltimore Crabs, locally grown, nationally known. We'll be back with the opening face-off. Goaltenders AJ Barretto along with Jake Stout. Important to note, AC Newton, 3-year starter for the Loyola Dons, and the goal is out with a broken foot. Unfortunate turn of events for AC Newton, a tremendous goaltender. But here we go. The Dons taking on the St. Pauls Crusaders. Loyola in their road blues, St. Pauls home whites. And a quick violation called against Austin Hurdle. Face-off star for Loyola. And Eli Ayer takes credit for the first win. A breezy but sunny day here in Brooklynville. Carter Flagg gets a step, comes around. Oh, looks to feed. Thought he had a shot there, Ty.
Pretty unselfish move by Flagg. He's a kid who's become pretty versatile throughout his time here at St. Pauls. Equally adapted, feeding and finishing, great rider as well.
This Loyola team, we haven't seen them yet, but they do bring a wealth of stars. Jack Lombardo now on the field with Ryan Conrad, a name synonymous with great play.
Well, Booker, he's the nation's #1 senior in the country, in North America, in Maryland. It's pretty good.
In that entire geographical region. Here is Dr. Roz, Alex Rosner. And Barretto comes in. No, Rosner holds on to it. Nifty little one-hand cradle. And with that, Rick Bricado smiling towards the sky. And I take home the race to Nifty. Ty, you didn't have a chance. Let's be honest. And
it's going to be a tough loss for me.
St. Paul's Brendan Connolly over. Oh, stripped till he kept onto it. I don't know how he did it. Dawes Milchling. Nothing about that was illegal. That's illegal.
Yeah, you can't
hit a guy who's on the ground.
Exactly do that.
You cannot hit a guy who's on the ground.
In this league, I think every single hit, if you want to make any contact, you're going to be sent to the box.
Yeah,
seen a whole lot of this year.
You cannot hit a guy who's on the ground. And I mean, that wasn't even a big hit by any means, but if a guy is on his knees, you can't hit him. Man up for St. Paul's, easy call. Referee Carmen D. John Domenico back on the field. Great to have him back. Here's Flagg. Flagg, a pair of Pollards, McGovern, Milchling, and Gordon. McGovern, follow the leader, shot just wide. Inside feed, shot, goal. Carter Flagg with a great inside dish. Calls Milchling with the finish. Ty, that man up stuff.
Yeah, nice little play there. I think Flagg and Milkling have a really good connection this year. Milkling's bound for Vermont next year. And a nice key cog there on the Crusaders EML unit. Certainly one of the more underrated players in this league, if not the country. Heady player.
You got Carter Flagg, the all-time leading point getter in St. Paul's history, headed for Princeton. And that was not a push from behind. That's a nice play by John Foss. And Foss flips it over. And Patrick Carey scrambling now, looking for a little dent in the armor. Loyola comes in playing great conference lacrosse, their only loss of the season at the hands of the number 1 ranked Haverford School Fords.
Loyola, the only undefeated team in this league so far, although they haven't really played a whole lot of competition when it comes to the perceived top teams in the league. But today's a nice test for them. A lot of talent. Don't have that big non-conference schedule like most of these teams do, but certainly tested.
Ball pinballs out of the stick of the St. Paul's cutter, and Ryan Conrad's going to go over and battle for the ground ball. And I said that because I knew he was going to get it. Inside feed to Rosner. Great look. First quarter brought to you by your friends at the Baltimore Crabs Lacrosse Club. Their top prospect camp is second to none. Great competition, unbelievable drills and competition. So check out their top prospect camp. Go to bemorelaxco.com and learn about it. Shot by Flagg goes wide. Shot by Gordon, gobbled up by Jake Stout. And here come the Dons. Kobe Smith looking with some room. Barreto handles that routinely.
I guess we'll call it a save, even though it appeared that was a shot. Or a pass, excuse me. Not his intended destination.
Patrick Carey tries his luck, no dice. And Stout comes up with it. Will D'Angelo does the clearing duties for the Dons. Dons yet to have a really solid offensive possession as we see Jack Lombardo check in along with Brendan Doyle and Ryan Conrad. Referees for today's game, Carmen D. John Domenico, Antoine Dotson, and Sweet Brown. Because ain't nobody got time for that. Nick Goals, number 23 here on the wing with it. And Loyola Patient.
Goals a Calvert Hall transfer. Don't see that too much in a rivalry like Loyola Calvert Hall. Switching schools. See more without BL St. Pauls, maybe.
Lombardo uncorks one, and Barreto just stands his ground. Conrad coming up with the loose ball here just in front of the bench.
And that's what you have to appreciate about Conrad. I think, you can talk to college coaches, they'll say maybe he's not the most refined offensive midi, but he's so complete because he makes those kind of plays, those ground balls, those hustle plays.
He hadn't been off the field yet. He's not tired. And we're going to get a timeout by Coach Jack Crawford. We'll take one as well. The first quarter brought to you by your friends at the Baltimore Crabs Lacrosse Club, locally grown, nationally known, as well as Royal Farms. Real fresh, real fast, real free, surcharge-free ATMs at Royal Farms. Loyola possession number 4, Cole Williams. Haven't heard a lot from him yet, but I assure you we will in time. Junior attackman committed for Hopkins. Shot deflected out of the stick. Rosner with the backup. Rosner looking for some cutters. He pushes it up to Lombardo, and here is Ryan Conrad. Poked away. No mind for Conrad. Feed inside, goes to the turf. Ball scooped up, shot, goal. Credit number 23, Nick Goals with a legit little scoop and score there for the Don Diegos. It's 1-1.
Wild goal for that first Don's tally.
Some might call that.
And a pretty decent, name for a goal scorer.
Yeah. Some might call that a nifty little backhander.
You're just rubbing my face here,
Yeah.
Booker, because you won race to nifty. You're pretty stoked.
I just
about
want everyone
life
to
right
know that it's all right in the world. The sun will come up tomorrow. Hurdle and Air going at it back at the face-off logo. Ground ball, Alex Pfaff comes up with it. Pressure ride now by St. Pauls. Mike Colgan, accurate passing, and Robbie Olson, second midfield unit, a unique group, Ty.
It's pretty amazing to have 3 freshmen on that first line. It says a lot about, how much talent is in that.
Wait, the first line at Loyola? Their second midfield line?
Oh, sorry, their second line. No, but I think to have 3 freshmen on one line at a program is highly touted and tradition-rich as Loyola. Olsen bound for the Ivy League. Other 2 very sought after, very much sought after by Division I coaches.
Olsen rollback, throwback. And now it's Liam Bateman taking a spin. Now he gives it to Cole Williams. Williams turns the corner shot. Rosner with the backup. High shot, high save. Again, loose ball, pinballs around. Barreto goes out, takes the bull by the horns. That's how he handles his business. It's a metaphor, but that really happened.
I did mention, St. Paul doesn't have that lockdown defender, but when you have a goalie like Barreto that can make big save after big save, it almost makes up for it. And an offense that just, simply scores goals.
I'll tell you, Brendan Conley was one of the Under Armour underclass players of the game against Calvert Hall. He was charged with guarding Timmy Kelly and also charged with putting on the most extreme eye black so far of the year.
I don't mean to
Pollard.
I don't mean to disrespect, Conley anyway. I think he's a great player. He's great, more of an LSM, great transition player, great up the wings, but not that lockdown cover guy.
Shot wide. Nick Goals. The lone goal scorer right now for Loyola. 1-1 your score, 2:50 remaining first quarter, brought to you by the Baltimore Crabs, their top prospect camp, and of course everybody's heard of the Baltimore Crabs and their Crab Feast tournament. Teams come from all over the country. And Ryan Conrad's going to make it 2-1 just that easily. Acceleration domination.
As you said, Book, just made it ridiculously easy. Just came around, put it past Barreto low.
And you'll notice he might be walking out to the wing for the face-off. I think he was out for 2 or 3 minutes, which I'll have to talk with Coach Crawford about that. I have no – obviously, it's unbelievable. But he's got to rest. So, yes, I think Coach Crawford probably has to beg him to come off the field. A few kids who just – you see the joy in how much they love the game, other than Ryan Conrad.
I think with him, I think the thing is that he's just a flat-out competitor, you know, across the board in all sports. Had 2 goals in the soccer championship to beat #1 nationally ranked McDonough, 2-0 game. He can play. You know, it'll be very fun to watch him over the years at Virginia, where, as I've said before, he fits the mold of a UVA midfielder.
Williams, hitch, double hitch. Taking Magellan's route to the goal. Here's Dr. Roz pushing it back up top to Doyle. Gets it back up to the capable hands of one Ryan Conrad. Shot kicked out by A.J. Barreto. St. Paul's playing some zone right now. Now they switch back into man. Little backer, slide ready to come. Lombardo. .125 left in the quarter now. Royal Farms game of the week. Alex Rosner. John Foss comes out on him hard.
Rosner is certainly doing some more carrying than he has in the past. Remarkable scorer, bound for Penn next year.
Conrad takes the jam, inside feed. Cole Williams with the goal. Matty Cruz with the frown. 3-1. Don Diego's 3 straight goals after the timeout by Coach Crawford. You know, I think that Coach Crawford knows what he's up to. This is not his first rodeo. Actually, I'm gonna refute my own evidence. If he really knew what it was up to, he would have stopped at 2-1. He would have stopped and allowed St. Paul's to score on an open field, so that we could have been knotted at deuces, and then he would have gone and played the rest of the game. Matty, every game should start at 2-2, right? What's the diff? Loyola sends out Bobby Rago. The big Rago can't take home the faceoff. And Patrick Carey has a lane to the goal, but opts for the possession. And now it's St. Paul's who hasn't had a long possession yet in a while. Pollard's pass goes awry. Credit Jake Nortonhausen.
Can't imagine Coach Brock would be too happy with a few unforced turnovers by the Crusaders when he talks to them after the first quarter.
Williams gets it under. Goals with the shot, save Barreto. Brendan Connolly's going to take a long one. No dice. And that'll do it for the first quarter. It's brought to you by the Baltimore Crabs Lacrosse Club. And we got to thank Royal Farms. Real fresh, real fast, real free, surcharge-free ATMs. If you feel like you're getting ripped off at your convenience store's ATM, go to Royal Farms. World-famous chicken and hand-battered fries.